So after episode 3, which is the turning point, we see that Yamada is trying to have more of an interaction with Ichikawa, kind of like with when the both of them were at the same fast food restaurant. She's trying to find a way to talk to her and all that, and Ichikawa kind of realized it right after she left, after he called her out, but of course his lack of confidence killed it by saying like, oh no, that can't be, this is Yamada we're talking about, she's stupid. Which is fantastic that's literally his defense when in the next scenario where he defended her from the fact that she's most likely was going to get in trouble for eating snacks in the library. Anyways, if you guys haven't seen my previous reactions/discussions, I recommend you do. The playlist is down in the description. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed the content, remember to leave this video a like and subscribe if you haven't. And if you didn't like the video, dislike it and we'll be on our way. I don't think drug cartels is a... Yeah, it's going into a group. Where are you going? Great, sure. She just wants to go to all the food places. Ichikawa would be like, this is a miserable event, but... maybe with Yamada, it won't be all that fucking miserable, huh? I also realized she's eating, mint ice cream. Look at a group of boys gathering behind him. Oh, damn. Yeah, thanks. Oh, dude, the group's already done. As long as it's not Adachi, damn! Destroyed. Wait a minute. Dude. Moeka is the one who's holding the fucking authority out here. Alright, the council has made the decision. Wow, good job! The guy who didn't want to be in this group. Because he knows how to hold it more than fucking Adachi. Hold it? Well, yeah, keep it a secret. She's like, come on! Gotta join in and help! Oh, the other girls are looking. Yeah, go with the nerds over there! Same level of it. Because he's stupid! Yeah! Route out a team of dummies. Yeah, Moeka's smart! She knew he lied about the 40. Man's got a 92. He's actually quite a smarty pants. Mm-hmm. Like, every time he's like getting too close to that point, he just reels right back. So you're saying that you're not pretty to begin with? Look, if Yamada, who's a cutie, calls you a cutie. Like I said, he knows how to fucking... Well, I mean, other than that one time where he was talking about his fucking fetish because he was extremely extremely nervous and all that, and he was just fucking speaking his heart out. Oh, well. Don't drop the book now. Sighs of relief everywhere. Look, Hara is now the one with the most experience here. Hara's just out here thinking about other things. Oh, what's in there? Oh shit, dude, it's a choco pie! Oh, she said she was on a diet, huh? If only this could last forever. There's a ghost. If he heard. Yeah, this boy never fucking talks. Yeah, she just happens. Yeah, that's right. She treaded upon my territory. Look at that smug smile. Does it really has nothing to do with you? Mm-hmm. But here he is, in a raincoat. Damn, dude, she's stealing your raincoat. I mean, he's already wearing it. He could just go back and forth, but now you're just making him wait. Imagine if she didn't. Yamada's like trying to set up her own flag? Her Abitas! If she brought her phone, maybe. Oh. So what a week. Oi! Yeah, like that will fucking cover him from getting wet. Alright, sure, Yamada. She fucking... Why does the fucking raincoat have... Also, I haven't said this in a while, but all I'm hearing is... Why can't I remember her name? Liney. All I can hear is Liney right now. I mean, this boy's already soaked at this point. Alright. Yeah, fucking... But if that's the case, why did she fucking take your... Then she could have just taken her umbrella then. Oh, mint chocolate. This is an extra right here. Extra chapter, I mean. Or is it on Twitter? Was this a Twitter chapter? Oh. Hey, she's gonna... It's raining and she's just like, ah, take the ice cream. Yeah, you got a love bug in you. Mm-hmm. Shut up! He's just a giant pervert. Alright, Moeka. She only says the most fucking popular ones. God, look at these group of tall kids. Nope. Oh, he's trying to strike up a convo. Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh! Damn, came and stamped on him. Crows and worse. She needs to shut up! Oh, you don't want to leave Yamada? But all the other three are out there. Alright, get over there then. Damn, dude, leading you by the wrist. She's just... Alright. She wasn't even staring at the art, bro. She shut that boy down quick. Damn, a fucking macabre down on her. Damn, dude, she's so close. Does that say Abidos? I thought it said Abidas. Oh! Alright, that's a dangerous fucking elevator door. Look at him, he's getting along with the other girls. And not Yamada. Hey yo, Mitsudomo, eh? Yo, shout out to her other work. She's trying to keep eye contact with you. Hey, you don't know. What if he might like it? Alright, Kobayashi. I love that he goes to the bathroom just to freak out. My favorite part is that they all sat in the train and it's just like, oh. Don't even think about the fact that that these two weren't here in the train. Oh! We're getting a two-parter. That's going to be fun and exciting. Oh, did we skip a chapter? Hold on. Yeah, we did skip a chapter. I guess the last time we saw it... Oh yeah, it is an extra chapter that they... Okay. Yeah, okay, so we skipped chapter 21, which I assume we're going to get later on. You know, since that's what, that's what this anime's been doing, where it's just kind of moving chapters around, so that's alright. That one, honestly, you can just do it any other time, so that's fine. Okay, alright. We're gonna go back to the center. Alright, so that was episode 5, right? Last episode was 4. Okay. That was episode 5 of BokuYaba. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. You know that I always like talking to you guys. For me, I thought that this was a pretty good episode, you know, where we're on a consistent, pretty good episodes, and I very much am enjoying the anime, you know, despite all my little nitpick about, like, the art style and how, again, when they went to the Akira publishing, right? And you got to see this group of middle schoolers just coming in, and all I could think of was like, wow, look at this group of tall people, right? Okay, all right. I know I said I'll stop talking about like the height discrepancy, but like Adachi is like the same height as he's the same height as Yamada in this panel. What the fuck, bro? He's so tall. He's ridiculously tall. He's not supposed to be this tall, right? But wow, he's really tall. The fucking height discrepancy is wild, dude. Because, like, sometimes you'll see characters that look like they're taller in, like, one scene, and then you go into another scene, and, like, the height of them look... You know, like, Adachi will look like he's at... in comparison to Ichikawa, you know? Ichikawa is, like, at shoulder height for Adachi. But then at some point, sometimes you'll see him, like, back at his, like, kind of original height that he would be in the manga. I feel like the only person whose height is fine is Kobayashi, but that's just because she's short, and like if you made her like a few inches taller, she'd still be shorter than everybody else. So it's like if you made her slightly taller, I would barely even recognize it. Anyways, going away from that, as I mentioned towards the end of the reaction, it seems like they skipped through one chapter in order to get us to the next 4 chapters that they were adapting, which again is totally fine, and I assume they're going to bring that chapter back later on because it is a continuation to drive in the point for another scene, you know, that I can't remember whether we'll see, since I believe with these many chapters, we're going up to volume 4, I believe, in this season, right, in this series, so I think we're gonna get that one scene, so I believe so, I'm just over here trying my hardest not to spoil. But, you know, it will be interesting to see but, you know, we will have to need that chapter on and all that. Okay, I'm gonna stop rambling about that, and I'm gonna go right into the beginning, which is the workplace visit. Anyways, we've got the group selection with these 4 boys who decided to split up because the other 2 groups of girls have only 4 people each, and since they're 4, you know, and they split into 2, they can fill in the group for the girls. And so we get to see, it's very interesting with like, not interesting, but you can kind of see in this group of perverts, right? This group of like consisting of Adachi. Also, I know that in terms of like how it's actually pronounced, it's Adachi, but I'm so used to hearing Adachi from Persona 4 that like if I just end up saying that, then you know that's what it is. But for the group of Adachi, Ota, and Kanzaki, get to see the group of these 4 girls deciding who they want, and in a vote out of 3 out of 4. You know, they wanted Kanzaki, but of course Kanzaki wants to be in the group with Hara because the both of them got a little crush on each other, or at the very least they're trying to make it work, and there's the whole dating scene. And it's very interesting that here we have Ichikawa, who kind of goes and says, once I fucking find it, of course, we've made our decision. The first pick of the draft is Kanzaki, picked by 3 out of 4 of us. And so here is Ichikawa, who goes and says, why is this super perv so popular? In terms of the difference between Adachi and Kanzaki, other than that one time where Kanzaki is extremely nervous, and of course he ends up blurting out, his fetish and all that to Hara. But Hara herself kind of she wasn't really, for the most part, scared by it or creeped out by it, because we see Hara talks. Actually, you know what? Okay. I was gonna go through this scene by scene, but I'm gonna talk about Kanzaki and Hara first. Which is nice, because they are essentially the other sort of couple that we see in this series, and of course we're going to see how they're going to progress as well, with the way that you see Hara and Yamada talking to each other about, boys and all that, and their relationship with the boys. And so, with Kanzaki, again, other than that fucking slip-up that he has, you don't really see him being the one who goes around and trying to make dirty suggestions to girls, unlike Adachi, who's just out here going out doing the whole, hand thing, right? The whole hand-touching thing. And also with him, trying to get them to, look at their hands, and he was just like, oh, let me look at your nails and all that, but we know that, even Adachi sort of has, a bit of a limit as well, he is, a super fucking pervert, but he's not. I mean, he kind of shows it in this episode as well, but, he just doesn't really know how to put a lid on it sometimes, unlike Kanzaki, I would assume, because that's why the girls in the group would rather much take Kanzaki over Adachi, because he doesn't reveal himself as the super perv, unlike Ichikawa, who knows exactly who he is, because he overhears him talk with the other group of perverts. And so in the conversation between Hara and Yamada, we see Hara talking about, Kanzaki's fetish, which is, he likes girls with curves. He likes girls who's a little bit more, I was gonna say fleshy, but, girls who are a little bit, who puts on a little bit more weight. That's what he likes. And so we see that Hara talks about it, and how she's like, yeah, I know, he says that he's really into curvy girls, but she's not confident in herself, and so she's like, well, I'm on a diet, so I want to lose weight, and she wants to do that because she's not pretty in the first place, that lack of confidence, despite Yamada going and saying why, you're a cutie, you're pretty cute, I don't understand why, you're out here trying to lose weight, holding yourself back from eating the things that you love, unlike Yamada, who's out here fucking snacking on, everything. Which, by the way, what a fucking rebel. In the last episode, she just got in trouble for eating snacks in the library, and now here she is, revealing all of her snacks on the table. Shit, dude, if a teacher came in and sees this, what are you going to do? But we see that, in terms of Hara, she does, in fact, have... I didn't get to this part, actually. So, when she was saying, we only went out shopping, the fact that these two actually went out on a date. And then here's Yamada, who's going and saying, how far did you go? And Hara's just like, what? You mean, she's like, out to Shibuya? And she's just like, oh, no. We just went out to Koyama. And of course, we've got two sides with Yamada, who's just asking, she's quite innocent. She's just asking, in terms of, the dating scenes and all that. And here's Hara, who has a little bit of a dirtier mind. And she's just over here whoa, what do you mean, how far did I get with them? Hold on. And the other thing, which is, here's this part with Yamada asking, is there anything you want to do once you have a boyfriend? And she's just like, well, what do you mean, do? And I love the part where Ichikawa's just saying, Hara-san! But the subtitle says, Hara, chill, Hara, hold on. And I just love it, you know, because despite the way that Hara is, she, again, she's not really creeped out or disgusted by Kanzaki when he was just blurting out what he really liked in girls and all that. So, like, she wasn't really creeped out or disgusted by it. And then here she is having a bit more of a, again, of a dirty mind. And so it's just... I do like these two in terms of the way that they are, you know, and like being the side couple of the series. It's very nice. I really like their progression as we go through, just like how we see the progression between between Yamada and Ichikawa, right? And I also really like this scene in general after Hara finds out that this fucking face, dude. But, you know, Hara finding out that Yamada doesn't have any experience with boys at all, you know, doing low dating and all that. After she finds out that there's no experience, Hara is just out here trying to give her advice, and and here's Yamada saying, I don't need one to be able to offer advice though, okay? Well, actually, no, this is her saying, like, I don't need a boyfriend to offer advice, and she's quite peeved about it, because... What did Hara said before? Hold on. No, she's just saying, I just assume you were dating someone charming, because we're talking, and, like, perhaps Yamada was trying to give her advice, and she got outed out for being single and never dated anybody before. But... Oh man, dude, when they took the picture with each other, right? And then they found out that Ichikawa is just watching them. What a fucking creeper. I love that we get to see him just right there, just staring. What a fucking creeper. But here in this scene with Hara making the connection, you know, like, oh, so you two are always here together? Ichikawa's just like, whoa, I'm always here. She's the one who suddenly started showing up and encroaching on my territory, alright? And, oh, dude, the fucking smug face from Hara is so fucking good, bro. Look at that! She's just like, yeah, I know what's going on here. And then the next thing that she says at this point is, let me know if you make any progress, same to you. It's just two girls sharing their experiences. And yeah, I really like Hara as a character. I really enjoy her. I like her relationship with Kanzaki and how essentially she and the both of them, you know, they like each other and they're trying to test the boundaries, you know, test the waters and all that, you know, going out, do a little shopping, you know, going on a little date and all that, but they're not specifically boyfriend and girlfriend yet. So I really like, again, I'm just repeating myself, but I just really like their relationship because they show a different side of, a different side of dating compared to Yamada and Ichikawa. Alright, going back to the beginning with this part of the episode with, hold on, I have to skip through this. So, Moeka coming in, you know, if we're taking anyone, it would definitely be those other two. And then we have Ichikawa, who's just so happy, like, oh my god, Moeka's gonna bring me into the group. And, of course, they have to censor this part out, right? Because, and he just straight up goes and says Sekine. But, you know, in the manga, in the fan translation, not the official translation, because I think I mentioned how I kind of don't like the official translation because they dull down the edgy language a little bit. But in the manga, one of the name that he tends to call Moeka is Slut-san, right? So I remember this part, and all I can think about is just Ichikawa saying, Slut-san! But again, of course, they can't really be out here saying this, especially in the anime and all that. But I do enjoy, for some reason, they're totally fine with him straight out calling her a bitch. Right? Because he was all happy at this point, and then Moeka's like, alright, how about we fucking draw a lot then? And he's like, the audacity of this bitch. Oh, dude, the fucking name calling for Moeka throughout the series, especially in the beginning, is just fantastic. Anyways, during the group selection with Ichikawa just straight up saying that this is a group of dummies, and that Kanzaki is a smart boy, so he should go to the group of smart girls, you know, the fucking nerds on the other side. And of course the entire group of girls over here, minus Yamada. Cause she, is this a second time? Or kind of second time? This isn't some game, this is a learning event. You shoot better off the people with the same level of intelligence. And then the fucking scowling, dude. I do like this frame right here, just fucking scowling. And then we have Yamada, who's just kind of like, is he calling me an idiot again? Oh, dude, I love Moeka, the way she's just fucking biting her lips. And of course, Moeka is over here like, look, I'm not some fucking stupid girl. I rank 5th in our class, alright? Anyways, we had a scene with Ichikawa saying like, oh, I got a 40 in chemistry in the last test, right? And so I'm very stupid, so you should let me come in. And of course, Adachi's like, yeah, me and Ichikawa, we're stupid buddies. And right after that, we have Yamada coming in and saying, that was just a lie, wasn't it? Right? And she goes away, and then you know, we get the showcase, the test, which is the quiz, you know, for chemistry, for science class. He's got a 92, so he's actually quite good in chemistry. But of course, she's saying that because like, hey, I know that you lied, bro. And of course, here we have with Ichikawa, which is something that you've been seeing a lot, you know, with him having these introspections. And him sitting with his thoughts, and how like he's like, did Yamada realize that I wanted to be in the same group? And he, as I mentioned, he just gets to this point where like he's close to grasping it, but he ends up like pushing it away because right now it just kind of feels like he puts Yamada on a pedestal, despite him knowing that he likes her. You know, he just puts her on this pedestal, and it's just like, there's no way that she could like me, despite me liking her. Right? So, when he comes to this conclusion of, oh, did Yamada actually realize I wanted to be in the same group? Or in the previous episode where he's like, oh, did Yamada actually was trying to make an excuse to talk to me at the fast food restaurant? And then he pushes it away like, no, this is Yamada we're talking about. She's stupid. So, it's very nice. I really like the whole introspection between, but the introspection that Ichikawa has. And you can kind of see that, I mean, he is an intelligent boy, and you can see that he is good in science class, and kind of like, I think in the previous episode when with the Prush, right? With the Prush, where he took her to the chemistry class, and he was like doing all the whole weighing thing with the chemistry gears, you know, with him, and she's like, oh wow, you're so, what is it, like, you're so obsessive on like making everything balance, or making sure everything is measured correctly, right? You can kind of see the way that he did that for Prush. So it's just a little glimpse at like his essentially his intelligence, and it kind of goes to this point as well, with him grasping at the understanding of the things that Yamada is doing, and whether that's like her taking an interest in him in that, before again he reels it all back because of his lack of confidence. And so in the scene after that, we have the raining stuff, which also kind of goes back to the idea of Ichikawa thinking about, what is it, like, if she wanted, would she have asked him to share an umbrella if he had an umbrella, right? Like, see, would she have asked to share an umbrella if I had one? But then here's Yamada, who's just decided that she's going to steal his fucking gear instead, right? And so, yeah, she says she doesn't have an umbrella, so she's gonna go buy one at the convenience store. You know, with him finding out that she left her bag with her wallet and everything, so he has to go and grab it for her. And she's just like, oh yeah, that boy is still going to be soaked if you do this. There's still a giant fucking gaping hole. Anyways, you know, she's like, can you take it out, put it in my pocket? And of course, he's ruffling through it, and he's just like, wait a minute, you've got an umbrella! You know, he's kind of grasping it together, and with Yamada just saying, oh no, that's broken. Of course, this is just another way of her getting him to like be closer to him, you know, with her like, hey, you know, open up the raincoat and put it inside my pocket, just to get him to be a little closer to him, which is very nice, you know, all this fucking blushing and everything. Too fucking cute. But with him going back, looking at the umbrella, and then opening it up, right? He's just like, wait a minute, this umbrella fucking works, right? Did she not want to admit her mistake? Or was she hoping to share an umbrella, right? So he's just like, could this be it? Because he's able to grasp the situation, and that's the one thing that I fucking love about Ichikawa. And of course he goes and he says, okay, maybe she just wanted to go buy snacks. So like he reels it back yet again, which I will have to say, if she just wanted to buy snacks, she's got an umbrella. She's got an umbrella. She could have just done it herself, but no. What does she do? She goes into a roundabout way, and instead of using her umbrella, she took your raincoat, which, going back to the whole smell thing, you know, she took your raincoat, and she went and, what is it? She went out and had a little fun for herself. And of course, we've got the mint chocolate, which is an extra chapter, which they've just incorporated into this one, so I really like that. And her asking like, hey, you know, do you hate or love chocolate mints? Everyone either hate it or love it. You know, there's no in between. And it's very nice after like this moment where he goes and he says, there's definitely something wrong with me, right? He's got the love bug. You know, I like Yamada, or I like her. And right after he says that, you know, he he struggles to say a thanks, but he's about to take his leave. But here's Yamada, who goes and says, hey, the answer to that is, I love it. I'm practically in love, which is such a straightforward answer. But of course, here's Ichikawa, who's just like, the mint chocolate, right? The mint chocolate. You're not talking about me. So like, hey, you never know. So anyways, in the last segment, with the girls and the two boys going on their group, what is it, workplace stuff, you know, they get to go into, they get to go into Akita Publishing. And my favorite thing is Moeka during this time and just Ichikawa telling her to shut the fuck up. You know, Moeka's coming in, despite what you might think, I actually know a lot about manga. And then she proceeds to talk about, like, the most popular one, right? One Piece, Hunter x Hunter, Attack on Titan. And then Ichikawa's just like, I have a bad feeling about this. She's probably fucking faking it. She's a fake fan. Because right after this, you know, they're like, do you know what this is? What about that one? And Moeka's just like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Oh, dude. But during the scene is when we get to see more of Adachi. Whether you like him or not, he's here to fucking stick around. And here he is trying to talk up to Yamada, because it does have a little bit of a crush on Yamada, as we kind of see with the way that he wanted to get her line. And he's trying to like start conversation, and I love that Ichikawa comes in and says like, after Adachi asks, do you like manga? She says no. And then he's like, oh yeah, me neither. And I love Kobayashi just fucking glaring at him. Yeah, so he says, I get wanting to give the same answer and all, but at this rate, you're not gonna have anything to talk to her about. And then, of course, this is yet another thing of Adachi trying his darndest to start a conversation with Yamada, but he just can't fucking keep the fucking lid on how of a pervert he is. So, of course, he goes and starts talking about how he loves her tits. You know, urine. I mean, urine's his tits. He loves them. And dude, the constant glare from Kobayashi is fantastic, you know? They don't call her the boyfriend for nothing. So, yeah, this is him fucking himself up yet again, and I love Kobayashi just coming in to step on his toes. Oh, man. But one of my favorite things is that despite Adachi trying his best to talk to Yamada and just absolutely failing about it, here he is going in and like being able to talk with the other two girls. You know, it seems like he's able to actually make conversations. It's just that when he's trying to make conversations with Yamada, he just doesn't really know how to react. I was gonna say some other stuff, but you know, we'll figure that out as we continue. We don't really get to see a little bit of inner thoughts from Moeka here, but as Adachi and Sarina are talking about the crows and worse, we have Moeka who has to just come in. Even I know it. It's the one with all the hot guys, right? And then Ichikawa goes and says, she needs to shut up. Shut it, Moeka. Talk about a major riff in the group. Yeah, we've got the manga enthusiasts on one group, and then these other two who aren't really that much into manga. And of course, you know, he's supposed to be on the other group, but he finds it to be lame. You know, he doesn't want to be lame in front of Yamada. But we see that Yamada's staring at him in this scene, right? Just like glancing at him and watching his reactions and everything, right? With him being excited but trying to keep it in. You know, she knows that he's staring at it, so she's like, aren't you gonna take a look? Come on, you know? So I love that she takes him by the wrist and just brings him on over, like, come on, Ichikawa's gotta fucking see this. And it's very fun and exciting to see, you know, him, he is fanboying over this fucking thing, and he's having such a great smile. He's super excited. And here's Yamada, who's seeing a side of him that she hasn't seen before, because he's usually trying to be this cool, not nonchalant, but this cool and aloof boy, right? He's trying to be that he's not trying to be, he is sort of that persona. But he does have things that he gets excited about, and so it's really nice to see that she brings him on over. He gets excited about it, but we see that she's not particularly looking at the art, nor does she care that much about it. She's just staring at him and looking at his reaction, which is very fun, and it kind of it goes forward to the elevator scene with Yamada and Ichikawa being pressed up in this elevator, and of course Ichikawa's just kind of like, oh my god, I can't stare at anything, it's bad everywhere. So what does he do? Just closes his eyes, but and I like that he's just like, oh no, once I close my eyes, my other senses are heightened. And then we go back to the smell again, right? She smells nice. And I think They don't show this unlike in the manga, where it kind of showcases you that, you know, there's some other things that's happening, but you can hear it. I've been really enjoying the way that they've just been essentially talking about his boner, right? And like here in this scene, you only hear the elevator, and then he goes, and then there's here, right, showcasing at the other thing, and the background noise kind of just continues to get a little bit louder and louder and louder. Until the ding comes, you know, everybody's leaving the elevator, he opens up his eyes, and he realizes how close Yamada is. You know, Yamada's just out here, getting closer and closer, staring at him. Like, at some point, that's the reason why he's able to hear her fucking breathe. Other than, you know, it's the elevator, and everybody's a little quiet. And also, she's right next to him. Anyways, yeah, this whole thing with Adachi making friends with the other two girls, right? Yeah, when he wants to, he can talk to girls and just be able to get on their good side, essentially. But again, when he's trying to talk to Yamada is just, she's built different, right? she's built different, so he just doesn't know how to react to her. And of course, again, he's got a little bit of a crush on her. And so, in this conversation, we have Yamada, who's prying more into his interest because she knows that he really likes manga. So she goes and says, do you read a lot of manga? And it's very fun to see, yeah, he's out here just, he's out here fucking, I love the Mitsudomo drop, by the way. Oh, the other series that the mangaka has created, which is very, very fucking different from BokuYaba, so, like, be prepared for that if you ever decide to read Mitsudomo. But we see him being a little fanboy, you know, he's like, oh, chill out, me. Stop being so excited for this, it's lame. But here is Yamada, who's just staring at him, right? She has a thing for just staring at people, huh? Because, like, he's not making eye contact, but when he is looking at her, he sees that she's just staring directly at him. She's boring a fucking hole into his head. Which, hey, you know, it could be, in a way, a form of flirting, and how she's constantly trying to make eye contact with you, but you're not making it back to her. And here we have the first mention of Kimi Iro Octave, which I forgot what it is, like fully in English, but this is the first mention of it, and of course she goes and she says, this is a shoujo manga, you know, so of course she would read it, but she asks if, you know, if you ever read it, and if you would like to read it, you know, you want to borrow the manga? I've got the manga. And of course Kobayashi comes in, not realizing the fucking situation, and she just goes like, oh, like Ichikawa would want to read some sweet lovey-dovey girly manga. And she just fucking laughs at him about it, right? And I love that Ichikawa at this point, he's just like, I need a timeout. I'm gonna go use the fucking bathroom. And he goes in to freak out. He's just like, these fuckers, how dare they go and make fun of me? What the fuck? So good, dude, so good. But, of course, we're getting into a two-parter where the both of them are separated, because Yamada thought that everybody else had heard, but, you know, the last time with the elevator where everybody left and you guys were still just by the elevator, they're just on the move, dude. They're not looking back. So despite Kobayashi out here, you know, sticking with Yamada all the time, she just forgets about her and just walks off. But yeah, the two of them, they've got separated, and now they have to wait for another train, so GG to the both of them. We'll just have to see what happens in the next episode. Alright, but that's pretty much it for right now, but I do want to talk about something that is specifically in the manga, so if you are an anime only, thank you guys for sticking around, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Okay, so the thing that I wanted to talk about is what's going to happen next, right, with Ichikawa and Yamada being separated, and Yamada being sad, crying about it and all that, and Ichikawa's trying his best to cheer her up, and we have this one scene where he gives her milk tea, right? He gives her milk tea, and this is the one, this is the one of the other many nitpicks that I have. But again, I love this series. But this is the one nitpick that I have, but also I can kind of understand why they didn't really put it, because Norio Sakurai makes a lot of extra chapters that comes from Twitter, you know, and it specifically lives on Twitter. So if the publishers, you know, the publishing, and it comes out and it's the Twitter stuff isn't on here, I can kind of understand it, because again, it's not really part of the magazine publishing that came from it, right? It's all on the online. But the issue with the Twitter extra chapters is that they're canon, so it's it's just like, damn it, dude. We don't get to see some parts of the Twitter stuff, even though they're very minor, but they're still canon to the story. And one of the part that was a part of the Twitter chapters early on, right? We had a lot of Twitter chapters with Yamada and Ichikawa just talking to each other in the library. And of course, this was after the turning point in Volume 1, where she's now trying to learn more about Ichikawa, and she's just constantly asking questions. And one of the scene was her asking about what are the stuff that he likes. You know, what does he likes in terms of food and all that, and he's giving his honest answers. And then when she goes in turn and say, can you guess what sort of things that I like? And then she accidentally blurbs out one of the things that she likes, and that was milk tea. So the one nitpick that I had is that I wish they showed that in the manga, and I consider that we're already here at this point. I would assume that they're not going to show it to us in the anime either, I would assume. And so it kind of feels like there's a bit of a loss of meaning, and not meaning, but a loss of impact on why Ichikawa gives her the milk tea in the first place, right? Because during that time when he gives her the milk tea, she realizes, oh my god, this is my favorite drink. You know, he remembers what I like because he went off and bought drinks on his own. He could have bought her and given her anything. She probably would have been fine with it. But specifically, milk tea, you know, that he bought, that she likes, he bought it for her. And I just, I just love it. I love, that's part of the manga that I really love. And when I read through the official publishing of Volume 2, and they didn't showcase that, I was just kind of like, you know, if you've never seen that chapter on Twitter before, it's just kind of like, what is this? It's just her staring at milk tea, like, oh my god, he bought me, he bought me milk tea. I was like, cool, I guess, like, what, awesome. He bought me a drink for when I was sad. Wow, you know, that's just a minor nitpick complaint that I have. But I assume we're going to have the same thing as how the official publishing is, where we don't really have them have that talk where she just goes out and blurts that one of her favorite drinks is milk tea. But again, it's a very small detail, but in terms of the story, I really like how all the small details get picked up and it piles on into something bigger. You know, just like what I was talking about with the chapter that they skipped, which was it was skipped over the chapter with the Python, right? Because like essentially it's just a small detail that we continue to see on, because we see that the Python continues to hit on Yamada and flirt with her, and you know, that all bubbles up to that point where Yamada uses Ichikawa to make it look like in order to get the Python away from him, away from her. And then that's when, you know, Ichikawa realizes, oh, she's been using me this whole time. So it's very nice. Again, I love all these small little details that just come to play later on. And yeah, as I said, this is one of my favorite manga. My other favorite manga is Urama, obviously. And Urama has the same sort of concept where we have these small minor details that just comes back later on into the story to make a big impact. And I love it, dude. I love it. Alright, I want to stop gushing. But if I have anything else to say, I will write it in the description down below. Thank you guys for sticking around, and I will see you guys in the next episode.